What's going on, peeps? My name is Simon, and you're watching Soundwave TV, transforming your video experience. I'm sure, as you all know, longtime veteran actor Adam West has passed away recently, and I just wanted to give you a few thoughts that I had on someone who was very impactful to the world of popular culture, definitely to the superhero fan community. I was thinking Adam West was my first Batman along with Super Friends, and it was just cool seeing a flesh and blood Batman, seeing all the gadgets and the Batmobile in, kind of real time, kind of fleshed out. Everything looks solid and real, not just things on a screen. Like, I saw him before the Michael Keaton version, so seeing everything blown up like that, everybody thought it was kind of goofy, at the time, but like when I was watching, I was totally buying in. I would totally thought that what it was doing was like he was going to be in danger. There was always a cliffhanger, so you had to wait. Like they were doing the reruns, long reruns at this point. It had long since been canceled, but we had to wait till that next day to find out what happened. Thinking, is he going to get out of this thing? But I didn't know that he, Adam West, and Kevin Conroy, who's been doing the voice of Batman on the animated series and Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, I didn't know they had such a deep, long friendship. I know they did the one episode together, when Bruce met with the Gray Ghost. And Bruce talks about how the Gray Ghost was his childhood hero. And, the fact that I didn't know Kevin Conroy and Adam West had this decades-long friendship, and, they have this bond of, both of them having played Batman in some capacity. I think Adam West's career was boosted and hindered at the same time by playing Batman. Of course, being sort of bringing a lot of people into the Batman universe, the fandom, and popular amongst sci-fi cons and comic cons, but it hindered his career because he was typecast, and that's the only thing they wanted him to play. He had to move into a smaller house, but he's been able to find work here and there. They'll say he support his kids, and he's got his grandkids. Because when he passed away, he was surrounded by his family, which was good. He died, being around the people that he loved and people that, that support him. So, despite, all the tribulations that might have happened in career-wise, he was always having the support of his family. But, he was never bitter about it. Whenever he talks about Batman and what he did, he was always in good spirits and never regretted taking on the role, and loved the fans that came about as a result of it. And it was good because he could laugh at himself, because a lot of people saw the pows and the zips and the zaps, the sound effect words would come up, and he was able to laugh at himself. He played Catman on the Fairly Odd Parents, and the Fearless Ferret on Kim Possible, and of course, he played Mayor West on Family Guy. So, he was able to laugh at himself with some of the more outlandish aspects of, the Batman character. And always like, Joel Schumacher gets a lot of grief, for his Batman movies, but I always saw them as sort of like big budget, spectacleized, that's a new word I made up, spectacleized versions of the 60s version of Batman. Because, kind of big and flashy and over the top. And not necessarily dark and brooding like you see in the comics. But, trying to think here. Family Guy had a lot to do with bringing Adam West kind of back into circulation and notoriety. And look, people looking back into his work now. But I wonder how they're going to handle it on Family Guy. Are they going to have a big send-off for his character, or are they just going to just write him off? Or I'm not sure how they're going to handle it. But I'm glad LA gave him a good send-off. It's in the bat signal up into the sky, and everyone could look. Everybody could enjoy the bat, the guy that gave us Batman on screen, for the first time, enjoy it, one last time. And I would challenge all the Adam West fans, all the Batman fans, to donate to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I believe he died of complications, also from old age, but also leukemia as well. He was one of our heroes, so we can be heroes in our own right and help somebody else, through the research and the helping of the families that they do. So, just a huge loss for popular culture, a huge loss, for the superhero fandom community. And of course, you're sad for his family and loved ones that were close to him. So, what do you think? What was your favorite thing that you saw Adam West do? Who was your first Batman that you remember? What was your first experience with Batman? Put that in the comments below. Check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel if you're so inclined, and ring that bell to get notified of my future videos. Until next time, this is Soundwave signing off. Peace.